Jose Juarbe here, founder and owner of Kap Rate Group Commercial, the only commercial brokerage in America that's offering 100% commission. Okay guys, let's get to it. Topic of the day is commercial property owner who refuses to sell now, are they making a massive mistake? I don't think they have a choice. Even if they want to sell, they can't sell. 60% of commercial property traded in the last 6 years. And they overpaid between REITs, private equity, and syndicators overpaying for all these assets. These newbies jumped in and also did the same. And we're at a point right now where pretty much all the equity's wiped out. Rates nearly doubled. Insurance doubled. Taxes and doubled, obviously, when these syndicators pay so much money for these assets. So when you ask me, multifamily owners sell at the moment and get their equity so they can buy distressed properties that are coming within the next 24 months, my honest answer is I don't think many of them have choices. I don't think they could sell if you ask me. So if you look at values, they're already adjusting, and not in a positive way. Values are taking a nosedive in commercial. It's also dropping in residential. But if you look at these assets, most of these REITs came in and they paid top dollars for these commercial properties, and they didn't know how to manage and stabilize them. So now these assets, not only did they overpay, but they're not managed property, they're not stabilized, and a property that's 30% vacant is worth way less. And you're sitting there with these vacancies, and you're sitting there not keeping up with the maintenance of these properties. And it's when this happens to a building, it's not good. It gets a bad reputation. So you need an experienced investor to come in, someone like me. I've done hundreds of apartments. I've stabilized hundreds of units, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really easy to do once you figure it out. But it took me about 8 years to figure out how to stabilize a building. I was one of those newbies that bought and didn't understand what the word even stabilize meant. And I didn't understand the time that it took. Me personally, I'm not selling my portfolio. And the reason that I'm not selling my portfolio and it's paid for is that I'm giving value to the fact that my properties are stabilized. And I know the time that it takes to stabilize them. I'm 51 years old. When I was out there buying on the west side of Chicago, I was in my mid to late 20s, and I went aggressively into my 40s, and I knew and learned the difficult way that stabilizing a property is very important, and you got to have a really good management team in order to keep these properties stabilized. So that's another thing that's going on with these investors nowadays, that they didn't understand these two key words, stabilization and management, or management and stable, and they both work together. Because if you don't have a good management team to go fix that closet rod that fell in unit 10, then you're going to have tenants that are going to move out. And that's going to create an unstable property. So you got to look at these things because they're very important to understand. And when these units, again, when these units become vacant, your values are dropping drastically. I don't think a lot of investors and owners at the moment really have the opportunity to sell these properties. So if you look at what's going on within the next 12 to 24 months, we got trillions of dollars that are going to reset. We got a lot of these banks not disclosing that they're in trouble. Everybody's playing the game of values are going up and we're in a great position. If you look at the Dow Jones, it's through the roof, which makes zero sense. If you look at your cost of living and you look at your gas prices and you just look at your basic fundamentals around you economically, it makes no sense what we're seeing on television. If you ask me, should you liquidate today for tomorrow's opportunity of buying distressed properties? I'll say that if you're young and you have the energy to put them boots back on and buy these distressed properties that are going to come on market, and you have the time to do it, then yes, I suggest that you liquidate and put that money to the side, because you have billionaires doing that right now, waiting for these great deals to come to the sideline. If you could just get a little piece of that pie, just a little piece, it'd be awesome. But if you are older like myself and you no longer want to put those boots on and put 12, 14 hours a day on the field, on the road, getting these units stabilized. Then you might be happy with what you have, and you might be satisfied that you're living comfortably with the current assets that you have. So again, my name's Jose Juarbe from Kap Rate Group Commercial. First commercial brokerage offering 100% commission to established commercial brokers.